I don't think I'm alone when I say this, but I literally can't focus anymore. The other day, I deleted TikTok and Instagram off my phone, and within minutes, I literally already had an urge to scroll again. And I'm not even gonna lie, 30 minutes later, I re-downloaded the apps and started scrolling. My attention span has gone down the gutter, and I feel like I'm definitely not the only one struggling with this. I feel like a big part of this that people don't focus on, like they say, like, oh yeah, Instagram is bad, TikTok is bad, scrolling is bad. But what this really comes down to is focusing on one thing, or what I'm going to call singular focus. So, singular focus is just the idea of focusing on one thing at a time. So, it's not combining things at multiple times. So, it's like driving without music, or video games without music, or eating without YouTube. Like it's things like this where we focus on one thing and it slowly like heals our brain from like the years of like brain rot that TikTok and YouTube shorts have done to us. Like focusing on one thing is the complete opposite of scrolling because when you're scrolling you're getting dopamine hits from each different scroll, different dopamine hits for different videos. And when you scroll your attention span switches so fast. Like this is a thing I literally saw yesterday while I was scrolling, and it said that cigarettes can be helpful because it helps you focus on one thing and it heals your attention span. That's how cooked we are as a generation. That some of us are relying on cigarettes to help heal our attention span. Like cigarettes are literally death sticks. They're known to be bad, but even though they are bad, it still helps with your attention span. It's crazy. Our generation is so bad that we have to rely on cigarettes. So some things that I want to do to help myself actually get back and gain some of my attention back because I literally feel the brain fog sometimes. Like I literally feel like I can't focus, or if I try to focus on one thing, watch like something that's going to help me. 5 minutes later, I see myself on Instagram while trying to watch a video on my computer. So some things I plan to help myself with is don't check my phone 30 minutes till I wake up. There's like this huge, I don't know the exact science behind it. I know the bro science. But when you check your phone in the first 30 minutes of waking up, it ruins your dopamine system reward for the rest of the day because you're pretty much overloading your brain with dopamine straight when you wake up looking at your notifications. And I know that's hard because of a lot of us use our alarm clock on our phone, which is why you might just have to invest in an alarm clock. Sure, it's a pain in the ass. Sure, you might not get up in time for work, but that's why I try it on the weekends and then see if it works for you. And then another thing I want to do, which is going to be very, very hard for me, is reading 10 minutes per day. Now, I know 10 minutes doesn't sound like a lot, but for me, I've never really read it on my own. Like, I never read books. And this would be a big step just because reading, I feel like, is the perfect example of singular focus. It's really just focusing on the reading. And the only thing that really could distract you from that reading is your thoughts because it's not like watching a video on your computer where you could go on your phone while also watching a video simultaneously. Well, when you're reading, you have to read. Like it's not like you can listen to music at the same time. Well, maybe you can listen to music, but watch a video at the same time, no fucking way. And then another thing that I want to prioritize is not smoking before bed, specifically weed because scientifically it does ruin your REM sleep if you smoke before bed. I think it's even like 6 hours. For me, that's a little OD because I'm not smoking at 12 p.m. personally. 12 a.m., 12 p.m., yeah, noontime. Personally, just because, I don't know, I'm not trying to get blazed in the middle of the day. I got stuff to do. But yeah, maybe waiting like an hour and a half before going to bed by taking my last hit. That way, so my REM sleep is more in check. And for me, I just don't like going to sleep high. It just doesn't feel right for me. Probably because I have some past trauma because I greened out the first time I ever did edibles and I was slept in my bed. So a little story time I can give you guys if you really want to. So I really want to like loop back to singular conscious because I think that is truly the most important thing that our society needs. And I feel like you can really see how singular focus would help if you're in a friend group of friends. So let's say like you're out getting dinner with your friends, which has happened to me many times. You were out getting dinner, you're just having a chat, and everybody just pulls out their phone. It's like, dude, like we're trying to get dinner together. We should talk as friends. And it's kind of sad seeing your friends just scroll on reels while you're supposed to have like a nice dinner with them. And it's almost like, yeah, like, bro, you should probably put the phone down. Sounding like my parents, put the phone down. But it's true. Like, society has lost so much of its purpose just because we have these little distractions throughout the day. And I feel like that's why a big part of, I'm no doctor, but a big part of anxiety and depression comes from constantly being distracted, because humans are meant to think. We are meant to think as a society. And I heard this quote from Togi the other day. I know he's not the greatest role model, a little crazy, but he said humans are meant to think as a society, and we are engineered to think as little as possible with being able to constantly distract yourself on your phone. So, for example, he gave the example of looking at like a sunscreen bottle and looking at it for around 5 minutes. And eventually, like 3 minutes, you're like, why the hell am I looking at this? But eventually, at that 5 minute mark, you'll see, like, oh, this sunscreen, I didn't know it had that mark. And the whole point of that is looking at your problems in life. And then, sure, it's going to take a while. It'll get annoying looking at your problems in life. But eventually, you'll find solutions and ways to deal with those problems if you give your brain time to think, which is such an important detail that society have been almost brainwashed to not do. And I don't want to get too conspiracy theory, but with all these data scientists going in Instagram Reels, trying to like boost their analytics, oh, the average watch time of each user a day is 53 minutes. We got to get it to 54 minutes. How can we do that? Oh, let's make the algorithm like this. Like, it's purposely, your brain is purposely going up against these crazy scientists that make like 500K a year just to steal another minute of your attention. Like, the game truly is against us. And when you take a step and look back, you're going to see, okay, this is evil. I should get away from it. And that's kind of what singular focus fights against. It fights against the whole data scientist and all that that's trying to steal your attention. And as a society, I believe that if we take a step back from social media, I think anxiety rates and depression rates would go down. Even for myself, I feel better when I'm not scrolling. I feel better now because I just worked on writing a YouTube script and I'm saying the script. I feel that I can think better and that my brain is a lot more smooth and not cloudy like as it was. Although, let me know what you guys think. If you think I'm wrong, if you think there's better ways than singular focus to help you bring back your attention span, just let me know.